Hi everyone, this is Tiffany Franzoni, and I own and operate Roll to Play, the gaming store. And today, Fireside Games has visited our store. They came all the way up from Austin. We have Anne-Marie and Justin Witt. So thrilled to have them here. So please, tell me a little bit about yourselves and about Fireside Games.
Alright, well, let's see. Fireside Games started in 2008, and we released Castle Panic in 2009. That was our first game. We basically wanted to make games that were approachable and easy to learn and play, but still had that Euro feel without being too complex for a lot of people who had only played the standards we all grew up with, like Monopoly and stuff. So we kind of threw caution to the wind and did a lot of research and planned very carefully, and then got Castle Panic out there, and it took off as a hit pretty much right away. It's enabled us to make all these other games that are in front of us now, and brings us here to cool stores like this. So.
Oh, thanks. Did you want to add anything?
As we were deciding about, what kind of company we wanted to form and thinking about games, one of the things we were thinking about was how gaming had become so electronic, and how the best of experiences with our families had been sitting around tables and playing games. I remember playing Monopoly with my grandmother, and my grandmother would stay up to 2 a.m. playing Monopoly.
I know, and that's cool times.
Exactly.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's good stuff.
So we just wanted more of that for everyone.
And you have some awesome games. You guys do so well at my store. I can't even tell you.
Yay!
My demographics is here in Coppell, and we're bringing in a lot of people that aren't serious gamers. But when they play your games, they become a little bit more serious, and now they're like, oh, what's next? They want more.
Yes.
And so that's huge. So thank you for that. It's like the gateway.
Yes, the gateway game.
Exactly. Roll to Play is doing exactly what we wanted to do with Fireside Games.
Yes.
So it's a really nice fit.
It's a nice synergy there, yeah. We kind of planned Castle Panic as a gateway game, the gateway drug of gaming, as they say. We wanted it to be approachable and easy to learn, and quick to play, and the kind of thing you can teach your friends and family easy and play multiple times a night if you wanted. And then our plan was then we'll make it harder later with things like the expansion and stuff.
Yeah,
so
and I noticed that too.
Yeah, exactly. We give you a little more to chew on there. So I love it.
How did you guys get started?
Well, I've been designing games since I was a kid, just on my own, to play with friends, whatever, and at that time there wasn't such thing as game designer for a living. It was all Hasbro and that kind of stuff, and kind of fell out of love with with board games to play video games for a while, and then bumped into Settlers. That started it, and that got me back into board gaming again, and really became a hobby that was more of a love affair that I couldn't not do. I always seemed to be making games, and Castle Panic was one of the ones we came up with, and after a while people kept saying, hey, will you bring the Castle game over? Hey, Justin, what are we doing this week? Let's play the Castle game.
Yeah, and by Castle game, I mean, it didn't look like this one. It was a pizza box with...
Oh my gosh.
Colored pencil.
Colored pencil drawings, and we pull out these little pieces
cut out
of
cards.
paper.
But you have to start somewhere.
Yes, exactly.
I've had the privilege of playing a lot of beta games, and when they come out with the handwritten and the sticky notes and the whiteouts, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, there's something beautiful about that. Yeah,
I know.
It's fun to look back, because one of the fun things too is the walls originally, I didn't know what to make them out of, so I went to a hobby store and I bought little railroad bricks, and then I got some drywall paste and I actually made little walls out of little bricks, so the old game had real walls in it. Sorry, cardboard now.
Cool.
But,
yeah.
a little expensive. But.
That is cool. So, the Fireside game name, that's really cool.
Well, thanks.
And I get a feeling that there's probably a story behind that or something. Is there, or am I just crazy?
Yeah. Well, when we started to think about a name, we brainstormed all kinds of names, and we wanted it to have excitement, as well as imply home and familiarity and comfort. It's how do you have comfort and excitement?
Right.
Yeah.
And we, kind of through the whole process of eliminating a bunch of things that didn't really work. We landed on Fireside Games. It's home and hearth, and the fire is the excitement.
Yeah.
So we decided that was the perfect name for us.
Yeah, and if you guys look at the logo really close, you'll see the F and the S in the logo, and I really think that's pretty cool.
I'm very proud of that. As a graphic designer, that's one of my shining moments there, I think. A lot of people will come to me, oh, it's not just a fireball, there's letters. Like, yeah, I know. I worked really hard on that.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now I know you guys come from a gaming background, so when you're not playing and promoting Fireside, what kind of games are you playing?
We're not playing and promoting Fireside all the time. Yeah.
No, but you're right. We do love playing other games.
Oh, yeah.
And,
That's
we get
cool.
excited when we get to play other games because it's more, grist for the mill. It's more, not only is it fun for us to do, but it takes us outside of our own design, get exposed to other designs
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, we're still
and
gamers.
Yeah.
And we love simplicity of design. The most elegant designs like Suro.
Oh, I know.
You
Like
know-
Flippy games?
Yes.
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 One of my favorites.
Hot
Yeah.
seller here
Yeah.
too.
Good.
Tiki Topple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. That was a fun one too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I also love some of the names that most gamers are familiar with. Dominion.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm a big fan of anything that. Part of what I love about our hobby is it's so physical. You get to touch and interact with things in a way you don't. So anybody that does something different mechanically or feel, I just love that. Like when I first saw Gloom, I fell in love with it. See-through cards. Oh, this is awesome. You know?
I know.
That kind of thing is always fun. I love that.
I got to meet Keith Baker's the guy that designed that game. I was
Nice.
part of that, and I got to meet him, and he's so cool.
How fun. I
Yeah.
want to know how they prototype that. How do you, imagine you can see through this piece of paper.
You know what? I should ask him because
Yeah.
he'll actually be coming to my table event in March.
Yes.
And you know what?
Nice.
I'll ask him. I'll ask
Yeah.
him just for you.
Let's
Joe.
do that. Yeah. Just what
There's gonna
wants
be
to
a
know.
question on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you did like cellophane or something?
I know, right?
I'm really
Yeah.
curious. Yeah.
So we know that a lot of your games, Castle Panic, possibly another, will be on tabletop gaming.
Yes.
So how does that work? How do they approach you? I mean, what's that like?
Right, it's kind of a strange story.
It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. We have a mutual friend with Will Wheaton that took Castle Panic when it very first came out. He was a big fan. He fell in love with it. He went and took it and played it with Will at Rincon. Just
Oh, wow.
because he was a huge fan. And Will actually did a little segment. There's a video. A guy goes around with a camera at the end of Rincon and said, "What's your one favorite thing?" He asks everybody who attends. And the very end of it is Will packing up in his hotel room, and the guy, "Will, before you leave, what was your one favorite thing?" And he turns to the camera and says, "Trust me, Castle Panic. You guys have to buy this." We were just like, "What?" So that blew our minds, and we thought, "Wow, that's awesome." Will Wheaton said our name on camera. We have made it. We are at the top of the ladder. Years go by. We're having a great time, and I get a call from the producer, who I'd bumped into a few other times in places, but we weren't real close. And they're saying, "Hey, Will and Felicia are doing this new thing. It's going to be on YouTube. It's really exciting." And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds really cool. They're going to play games. How fun. Can they do Castle Panic?" Well, of course, So we sign the forms and send them some demo copies, and nobody knows what it's going to be. It's just this thing. And then all of a sudden, the first episode comes out, and everybody's really excited. The second episode, we were the 6th episode. No one had time to warn us.
Well, we kept asking. We would talk to our wholesaler
Right.
about what's happening with these other games. Are they selling out of inventory? Let's look at our inventory. Do we need to reorder?
Yes, you do.
Right.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Well, there was some question at first of, is this show doing anything? Is anyone even watching it? And all of a sudden, the numbers were crazy
Yeah.
for it.
Crazy,
It's like, okay,
crazy,
what's this
crazy.
doing to the industry? Let's go look. And oh, wow, yeah.
So we sold out after the episode aired in June. Castle Panic, the inventory we had left sold out, and then we had another print run coming in. That sold completely out in 2 weeks.
That was pre-sold,
Yeah. Well, the next one was pre-sold.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so we went through in, I think it was about 4 weeks. We went through the equivalent of 2 print runs.
We thought we had enough for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah. Wow.
And we've been able to warn people down the road when we ever hear of somebody and says, "Oh, we're going to be on," and like, "You need to reprint now."
Yeah, reprint
However
now,
many you
I
have in the
know.
warehouse is not enough.
Well, you see that we've got table talkers here.
Yes.
We also
Yeah.
have table talkers around the store for tabletop.
Mhm.
We sell out every time, and we're luckily we're much better about in the know of what's coming down the pipe.
Good.
And we try
Good,
to
good,
restock
good.
everything that's
Good.
because we've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We just-
Get it
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's funny.
And sales have maintained a high, steady
Yeah.
level, not as high as they were those first 4 weeks.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
airing,
Yeah.
but
Still
But I'm
did
saying
great.
that with tabletop gaming is there is a total resurgence going on. There's more and
Yeah.
more people
Mhm.
playing. There's more and more people talking about it. You guys are doing a tour of all
Yeah.
the stores,
Right.
and you're getting more and more people to talk about it. I mean, tonight was great. We had a lot
Yeah,
of
it
people
was.
entertainment.
really fun.
And those people had so much fun. They're going to talk to their friends, and this is you guys are just. I love what you're doing,
Cool.
and I love that more gaming companies are starting to get
Yeah.
it and do the same thing.
Word of mouth is still huge. There's
It's
no
very
better
huge.
recommendation than your friend going, "You should play this. It's fun." You know,
Right.
that's the gold seal you want. You know,
I
it's-
know.
awards are great and all, but you want your buddy going, "Dude, sit down. We gotta play this." So.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys?
Ooh. Well, we're finishing up this tour. First off, we are on what we call our West by Southwest, which, being from Austin, is a little bit of a play on. Yeah. We won't say their name, but it's essentially the idea of twofold. We wanted to get out there and spread the word by hand because we found that advertising is great, but when you're small like us, we can't do TV spots and things. So you know what works great? Go to a store, play the games with people. Then the other thing is we have a we decided let's do this big tour and hit as many stores as we can. And it became, originally it was just going to be California-ish, and then we were like, well, no, we need to do here and here and here. And we just keep adding, so that's why we're here in Texas still, our home state. Hitting everything we can, spreading the word, and it's really fun because not only do we get to meet awesome store owners, we get to meet our fans and make new fans, people who don't even know who we are, who leave at the end of the night going, I love your games. And that's really cool. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Well, I know you guys were extremely well received here.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh my God, you had a lot of people that got a little star-eyed.
Yes, it was cool.
They were
It
like,
was
oh
fun.
God, they're here? And I'm
Yes.
like, yes.
Yes. He really does wear those pink shirts. It's true. Yeah. No, it was very good.
And I have to talk about it because it's happening now. But you guys are coming to my table event
Yes,
in March.
yes,
and
we
I'm
are.
so excited about that.
It sounds really cool. I wish we could do it right now.
I know, me too. Well, I'm not ready yet.
No,
That's
exactly.
what I'm planning.
That's just my wish. Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to? What do you think so far? Because there's
Well,
not a lot of planning yet.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I would say the number one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing how well the casual and non-gamers come out and attend the event. You know,
too.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what role to play and Fireside Games are,
Yes.
about.
That is our gospel.
Is
Yeah.
expanding
Yeah.
this hobby. You know, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I really want to see, people that wouldn't ordinarily be at a board game convention or come into a board game, game store,
Right.
to see them come to this
Exactly.
event.
And to have them
Sitting down,
feel
trying out the
comfortable,
games.
have a good time.
Exactly.
I want to see that person who's never played a game, just look up and go, oh, this is so much fun. And then look around with
And
that
we
hungry
saw that a little bit today.
Yes.
And then I know that was so great.
Yeah,
That is the best.
exactly.
Yeah, that is very rewarding when you see that. So
That is so cool.
yeah, we're psyched. We're really looking forward to be a part of it. So
Yeah, I know. Me too. So that's all I have for questions. Do you have
Alright.
any questions for me, or we're good, or?
Well, there was one thing I wanted to mention. We do have a new game that's
Oh, yeah,
coming
that's
out
right.
this
Oh, that's the
August.
one next part. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
I
right,
heard
that's
about
right.
this. Keep yes,
Yeah, it's called Dead Panic, and it's a zombie version of Castle Panic. So, but it's not just a reskin.
Yeah.
You have an actual character in the game. So the idea is that you and the other players have made it into a cabin, and you have to search the cabin for items and weapons to fight off the zombies who are attacking the cabin. And there are survivors that come to the cabin that are bringing radio pieces to you, and you have to collect the radio pieces, assemble those, call the rescuers. That van shows up in the woods, and you all have to fight off the zombies and run out to the van. and
Okay, I
make
need to
it.
order
So-
like 5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
what's nice too is it's a lot. It's not just Castle Panic with zombies. There's more going on. But if you like Castle Panic, it's a nice way to expand. If you've never played Castle Panic or don't like it, you might like this better because it's different enough and it'll fit in your. As a game buyer, it'll be okay to have both on your shelf. They're really different, and it's not like other zombie games. You are not some super zombie fighting machine. You are a terrified human being trapped in a cabin. There's not enough weapons. There's not enough items. If you step outside, they see you and come for you. And if you die, you turn into a zombie and chase your friends. So it's gonna have its own little niche. I know there's a lot of zombie games out there, but we're really proud of ours. So.
I'm so looking forward to it. And thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you for having us.
This
It's
is
been a
wonderful,
blast.
and this is a great way again for the audience
Yeah.
to get to know you guys, get to know what's going on, and I'm just thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We had a
Thank
blast.
you. This was awesome. Awesome. Can't wait to come back, especially for table mats.
I know that's gonna be awesome. So check us out. We're on Facebook.